everybody doing, guys? It's me, Ruby La Cuachenta. We have a lot, muchas cosas de que hablar ahorita, guys, sin pelos en la lengua. And we have to address certain people. Esta noche vamos a hablar sin pelos de la lengua, and we're going to address certain people, guys. Me falta un poquito más lighting, so voy a abrirle el espejo para que me miren mejorcita. And I normally don't use any light or anything porque así soy bonita, guys. But remember, you got to share, you got to like, and you got to invite a friend, guys. And I said, hello, I'm not monetizing. ¿Cómo están todos, guys? So esta noche, I want to talk about Chokey. Of course, La Muy Mendiga went live yesterday. And La Chokey lied about certain things, guys. Certain things. Que a mí no me gustó ese pinche pedo, to be honest. Chokey saying that I contacted her sister. I never did. That I bothered her sister, that I'm breaking up families. No, ma'am, you're not going to blame me for breaking up no family. And I'm going to prove to everybody, guys, that Chokey is lying, right? And then I'm going to address Anna as well. And I'm going to address other people that called in the show, like Margie or Margaret Simpson or whatever the whole name her name is. I have a lot to discuss esta noche, guys. Sin pelos en la lengua, tenemos que hablar, guys. So, vamos a empezar con Chokey, guys, because I have receipts. Remind me later. I know she's a liar. Let me show you all right here, guys, real quick. Because I couldn't, because I can, and because these are my conversations. Don't forget to hit the like, guys. Yesterday, Chokey's sister texted me, guys, which is Tia Jessica. Tia Jessica's texted me yesterday and said, I saw your live and I appreciate what you did there to clarify my name. Thank you. I really do appreciate you for understanding my point. Right? So that was Chokey's sister right there and I texting, guys. Right there. And in the bottom, Chokey had said, Mi hermana no tiene fotos desnudas en OnlyFans. And what did her sister tell me? Never said I did not have posted pictures on my OnlyFans. Right there, guys. Another lie by Chokey, guys, because that's her sister telling me that she has posted pictures on OnlyFans. Nude pictures, which is nothing de malo, guys. I'm just proving to y'all that Chokey's a liar. And so I am subscribed to her OnlyFans, of course, yo le dije. And she sent me a message, or it's an automatic message, guys. Y le dije así. Let me show you what I put to her. A ver, let me go right here. Me puso Jessica, la tía Jessica me puso, I have also went ahead and attached one of my favorite radios since you are new to my page for a small price. Just so you know what to expect on my page. I would love to interact with you, so please feel free to message me. If you are interested, I do detailed dick rating for $30. Can't wait to hear from you and get to know you, love. Besitos, have a fabulous day. Y yo le contesté a la tía Jessica, le puse, estúpida tía Jessica, y soy Rubí, la novia de Damián. Y aparte a mí no me gusta la panocha. Y sí, guys, look, yo no he hecho mentiras, guys. Ahí están los receipts. Y yo le dije a la tía Jessica que a mí no me gusta la panocha, right? Yo le dije, estúpida tía Jessica, soy Rubí, la novia de Damián. Y aparte no me gusta la panocha. Yo le dije, yes, yo sí le dije. I said it. So, I want to prove to y'all that Chokey lied. Now, I'm going to show you another conversation here, guys. That Chokey is lying and wants to accuse me that her sisters and her fell apart, right? Last night, she told her sister, I'm going to fix the situation and clear out her name, whatever the fuck, right? So that was the deal that we're going to do. So me puso la sister, she says she would fix this, yet this woman is making shit worse. Why does she continue to speak about me? She needs a new topic to speak of. Right here, su propia hermana, guys, miren. Text me that. Y me dijo at the beginning, guys, at the beginning, me dijo la hermana, because I have receipts, and Chokey, of course, wants to lie, se mamó anoche con Beto Quintanilla, y me puso así, Jaime, como puedes ver en el video, yo no hablo con ella, ni me interesa tener comunicación con ella tampoco. A mí no me gustan los problemas. Yo no me meto en la vida de nadie más, pero solo pido que tampoco se metan en la mía. Y mi mamá tiene apenas el año de fallecido y aún está estando, porque yo sí estuve al lado de mi mamá y no como la otra. O sea, this sister se estuvo con la mamá. Sí estuvo con la mamá y sí le poda y sí le duele, ¿verdad? And I go back that Chokey wants to tell everyone that because of my fault, she has problems amongst her family. Y les voy a enseñar that is a lie right there because her sister told me que no quiere comunicación con ella. A ver, let me see if I could, right there, guys. Right there. So I have receipts, guys. There is receipts. So I don't know what she's trying to do. I'm trying to lie. Or is it because she wants attention for her Chokey lipstick model? Or I don't know what bullshit. But I do want to address certain things because she went off on Miss Painter again. Que gremlin, midget y mamada y media. And one thing that I heard, y que me cayó así bien gorda la Chokey, guys. Me quedó bien gorda la pinche Chokey, guys, cuando dijo that she was a bad mother, that's why her son's a drug addict. Well, let me tell you, bitch, no vayas a tirar la piedra muy lejos, mi amor, porque tú también tienes un hijo que fue drogadito y está en la pinche cárcel, mi amor. ¿Cómo no te muerde la pinche lengua y te escurre la pinche sangre, pendeja? Because ¿cómo vas a ir a juzgar a alguien más que tiene un hijo que hace drogas o hizo drogas cuando mira lo que tienes tú, pendeja? Mira lo que tienes tú a tu lado. Ni a tu lado lo tienes porque nunca lo criaste, animal. Let me remind you. Nunca lo criaste, Chokey. Por eso, I'll say it again, por eso te mamas y te das golpes de pecho, culera, because you failed as a fucking mother. Everybody knows that. Te gustó el dinero, te gustó andar entre la mafia y todo el pinche pedo, que descuidaste de tus hijos, mi amor. La cagaste. La cagaste. And there's nothing wrong. I mean, that is your life, that is your shit. But when you're going to go judge somebody else, remember what you've done wrong as a mother. Right? And I want to remind you here that yesterday you wanted to play the role as a victim, que tú no hiciste nada y nada y nada. Cállate el hocico, pendeja. Y toda la pinche mierda que todavía hablas, culera, se te hace poquito. Se te hace poquito todas las pendejadas que dices, Chokey. Like, I don't know si estás retardada o estás endrogada o I don't know what the hell's wrong with you, but obviously you need to go check your fucking wine levels, mi amor, porque vives mamada, paseada, endrogada y con el pinche greatest hits de Lalo Mora, Beto Quintanilla y balaceando el pinche colchón. Like, no mames. No mames. Y a la Margie Bass, esa mujer, I never blocked you, mi amor. I've never blocked you on my YouTube channel. All I did was I stopped answering your fucking calls, mi amor. So let's get this shit straight. Never did I block you. And the only reason I didn't want to hear your shit is porque todavía le mamas la verga a Frank. Right? And you don't want to get off that, you don't want to get him out of that pedestal because you believe que es un santito. No, mi amor. No. And Frank and I, we do communicate and we talk once in a while. But I have my own point of view. You want to say, oh, he's never done anything wrong. No, mi amor. Frank la ha cagado como yo la he cagado. Todos porque andamos en la misma mierda. Right? And just because he wants to change from one day to another, whatever you want to believe, that's on him. Right? It says poor people shouldn't, ay, no, esa pinche vieja guasiada, pinche Margie Simpson. Her name's Margie Simpson, guys, for real. It's like, nombre la caga esa girl. The smoker voice, of course, guys. So I don't understand what is her personal problem against me because I didn't want to answer her call. Now she wants to say, oh, que pobrecita Ana, because you talk shit about her kids or whatever the fuck, her daughter, you brought her up. No, bitch. No. Get your fucking shit straight where the person who's a victim here is Kendrick, mi amor. Why don't you say poor Kendrick? Because everybody's doing shit to him. I don't give a fuck about my reputation. I don't give a fuck what they say about me. But they're lying and they're destroying Kendrick's life. Why don't you tell Ana you fucked up? You sent those screenshots. Why would you do that? When this man confided you. No, porque la otra pinche panzona, verijas, prietas, ombligona, culera, nomás para hacerme a mí el mal, cagó palo la pendeja, pero no se llevó a Kendrick entre las patas. And that's where you did wrong. That's what you absolutely did wrong. Por eso te gusta jugar entre la mierda y todo el pinche pedo. Pues a mí también me encanta, culera. Y aguántate las pendejadas, porque tú también te gusta cagar el palo y todo el pinche pedo, nomás te hacen y pías, culera. Ana will be getting a call from CPS. Well, whatever you guys decide to do, I'm not encouraging nobody to call CPS. It's up to you guys. I can't believe that when somebody talks about her own mother. She talks about her own mother. And her mother is still one of my followers, one of my a friend of mine. The fact is that Ana wants to play wolf, then no, culera, nobody fucking manipulated to do shit. A ti te gusta el pedo, a ti te gusta cagar palos, ni modo. My used to bash and bully VT so much, and now she's over there on VT's page trying to be nice. She has no shame. Exactly. I don't know what the fuck she's doing. I don't know what the hell she's doing. I mean, she could go support anyone she wants, to be honest. But she needs to get her fucking facts straight. Because Vanessa knew at one point I talked shit about her, just the same as she talked about me. Right? It is not my fault that you can't see outside the picture or think outside the fucking picture here that Frank cagó palo. And that you said that Carla didn't like how I would act with Frank. Well, if Carla had a personal issue with me, how I would joke around with my gay jokes with Frank, Carla would have called me personally and told me herself, but she never did. Okay? So I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know what assumptions are you going based off. But if there was a problem between Frank and I think Frank would have already called me and addressed it with me, mi amor. I don't know if you want to be some sort of intervention with Frank and I, but you're more than welcome to contact him and we could bring him on board. I don't have an issue. Now, let me see right here. So I'm going to invite, Chokey, it's right there. I'm going to invite this person because Chokey had a lot to say about her.
Hola, muñeca.
Hola, mi amor, ¿cómo estás?
Muy bien, fíjate que muy bien.
Pues oíste las pendejadas que dijo la Chokey.
Sí, and you know, I guess because she has me blocked, she couldn't read my comments, or she was ignoring them. I don't know, because I kept asking for the number because I wanted to call in, and I mean, not to fight with her, because despite of what she says about me, I'm not like her, mm-hmm. and I have been throwing back stones every time she throws me stones, but she never answered. She kept saying she would never talk to me. Well, today, I had I've been putting up with her lying about me all this time because it's been shitty stuff like, oh, she wears a pamper. She wants to say that about me. I'll play along. She's been saying things about I'm not a good mother. And if she want to say that, I'll play along. I mean, I know what kind of mother I am, and everybody that knows me. But I am sick and tired of her defaming me and saying that I killed my husband. And being that I'm an RN, that really defames me because I'm supposed to take care of people's lives, not kill people. And she's really, putting my career and my legacy on the line by saying those things. I want her to give me receipts to show me why she says that I killed my husband. So I gave a call. I called a couple of my attorneys and, told them the situation. And they agree. Either she comes on her show or she comes on your show and she tells people how I killed my husband or why she says I killed my husband and retracts her statement, or we'll have to go to court and have her tell the judge, because not only is she defaming my career, she's now accusing me of a crime.
Right.
And so we're going to see how that goes. She's going to say, well, she talks about me. It has nothing to do about what I've said about her, because I'll tell you one thing, and I've said it and said it again and again. What I have said about her is I have receipts. It's either on the newspaper, on the internet, or she has said it herself out of her own mouth. I have never made up anything about her. It's the truth. She brags about her family being from the ancestors being in the criminal activity, having been cartel leaders. She brags about her ex-husband being in prison for life for being a head of a cartel. Her son having sold drugs, what she comes from, everything that I have said about her, that she was, it's in the newspaper that she was having an affair with the chief of police or one of the
Commander, with the commander.
comandante or whatever she wants to call it, the guy in Brownsville. All those things I can prove. But I want her to come out and prove that I killed my husband, that I'm a bad mother, that I'm an LVN and not an RN, that I wear a diaper, and that I'm a puta because I was supposedly in las cantinas de Matamoros. But that's the least of that she's got to prove because, yes, I went to the patty bar in Progreso, and what?
Well, let me tell you
But
something. Chokey doesn't have money. Chokey doesn't have anything. Se le acabó el dinero cuando entró el esposo a la cárcel. She lost everything. La casa que tiene fue de la mamá. And as a matter of fact, from what I understood, the sisters want to sell the house already and each one get their own part. Chokey doesn't want that to happen because Chokey will end up going to a house back in Matamoros, if I'm not mistaken, porque si tiene una casa que le dejó el esposo, el sicario, ¿verdad? Entonces, esa casa where she's living right now, it was left amongst everyone and they want to sell their part already and move on because she's so problematic within the family and they don't want to deal with her shit.
well, she's got issues with her family, and todo eso se puede probar. La cosa es esto. I don't care if she don't have any money. She needs to come on and tell the truth, because I've been trying to show people how she just comes out and says shit without.
Well, does anybody have her number? Because maybe I could call her.
Yo no quiero. I don't want to fight with her. I just want her to tell people, where does she get all of this stuff?
Does anybody have Chokey's number? Because I will call her and invite her to the show. If she's more than likely here. Chokey, call the show so we could have a discussion here and you could explain to Miss Painter your facts, and when your facts, what information you have, what receipts you have.
She either does that to her, or it's still going to come out in the newspaper because it'll go to court. Because that, like I said, is defaming my career. Mm-hmm. And not only that, she's accusing me of committing a crime, a murder, killing my husband. And so if she would only come out and tell us how or why she says these things, I mean, it would be easier for her than to have to go and tell a judge why she says these things.
The thing is que ahorita she's going to go live and she's going to say que ella tiene sus abogados and she doesn't have anything. She has no fucking attorney. She has nothing.
Qué bueno. If she does, qué bueno, because she'll need them. She'll need them. I had blown off all of this stuff, but I have been getting calls from nurses and doctors that I know and saying, this is taking it too far, isn't it? Like defaming your career and accusing you of a crime. And so that's when I said, well, you're probably right. So I my attorneys are friends of mine. They're people that I've dealt with for a long time, and so they're just a call away. And so I just called to say, do I want to get into this mess with this woman? And they said, well, the damage is there. The damage is there. So the only way she can, it's like any newscast or anything, the only way they can correct the damage is by retracting their statement and saying, I have no way of proving that she killed her husband, which she doesn't, because I didn't kill him.
Right.
But the thing is that she's going too far, and she's saying that I'm crazy and that I'm old and that I need to take medications or that my medications are making me go wacky. No, woman. Wacky, crazy, the things that come out of your mouth, just by saying them. She has no way of proving any of that stuff. I do, and that's why I never say anything that I cannot prove.
Right. Well, the
I
thing
never.
is, I'm gonna tell you something. Yesterday, she cried victim, and yes, people were, I guess, encouraging her and shit like that. But I guess they don't want to see que todas las pendejadas que dice Chokey don't affect other people. Like,
Yeah.
to me, it's like, no, pendeja. Así como me mienta la madre, yo también te la voy a mentar. Así como esas pendejadas de mí, yo también te las voy a decir. Ahora que se aguante, because I'm preparing ourselves for our Netflix series starting January the 3rd, el amor de Damián luchando por la cuachenta. She likes it or not. Where I'm going to do that skit.
Uh, that that she says that I'm butthurt because she blocked me. She didn't block me. She started deleting a lot of people from her Facebook because she was mad, and it was something to do with if we were still in communication with somebody that she's real friends with and she wasn't friends with at the time. And so me, Delia called me and said, she blocked me. And I said, well, you know what? I'm going to block her before she blocks me because I really don't give a shit about her friendship. I was just giving her the number, you know?
And you know what? To be honest, why have you in a fucking show when you're gonna block everybody and their moms? I understand, yeah, when you te pasas y estás diciendo like cuss words and shit like that, but she's over there bien
And she said,
guaseada, bien. And I'm gonna and excuse my language, guys, but I don't know si se mama, se droga o ta retardada la ruca because obviously you go live and you're gonna have people that are gonna support you, support her, support and or whatever it is. But why block people? Let them give them the opportunity to express their opinion and what they believe in you.
yeah. And, she's saying, oh, well, she defamed my product. I have that right. I tried it and didn't like it. Anybody can buy it and try it and don't like it. They can say it. Just like any other product that I can say, oh, I didn't like that one. I didn't. I can buy a bunch of stuff, and then if I don't like it, I don't use it, I throw it away or whatever. There's nothing illegal about that.
Right, but according to Chokey, you can't. Entonces, why does she have? Why does she allow people to go comment or leave or rate her fucking bullshit makeup or page or whatever? They're all negative. All her shit no vale queso.
Huh?
If you go to her page on her Galeria Chokey, you're gonna see that there is an opportunity for you to be able to go into the page and let me show you right here. What's the name of the page? What's the name of the page? Galerias? What? Okay, found it. Oh, let me see. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I know you're on the phone, but I'm going to show everybody else that's here.
Well, Jaime, the truth of the matter is that the only reason que me tienen coraje because I came on your show or I support your show, and they were um, used to call me and say, "Don't go on his show. Don't support him. Don't give him any kind of that you're there." And I've always told everybody, "Don't tell me who I can watch and who I cannot watch, and who I can support and who I cannot support." Now, when they start bullying people, you better believe it. I am going to be in that platform because I totally hate it. And the only way to deal with a bully is to bully them back.
Right.
Because obviously, the law enforcement people don't do anything about it. I only have another question other than her proving all the lies that she said about me. Other than that, the other question that I have is why does she dislike Vanessa? She doesn't know Vanessa. She's
She goes
never.
and she goes back to the Vanessa bullshit like ya déjala en paz. Like
Well, you see, the thing is that there's stuff back there, back then. Why don't they see the positive right now?
mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody has a past, and you're going to be judged forever because of your past.
Right.
I, that's not fair. That's not right. You know, I my belief is this that Vanessa is smart enough to know better, and she has learned a lot. I believe I have not talked to her about these things, but I, in my heart and my thinking of seeing what's going on, I believe she's learned a lot. They have put her through so much. She almost lost her life. She lost her children, but she can recover all that.
Right. And the thing is, mira, and I've said it before in my other shows, I don't know how Chokey wants to give advice on Vanessa how to raise her kids when she didn't even fucking raise her own kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, no mames, like, ¿cómo va a ser a darle advice to somebody that never raised her kids?
Well, last night I couldn't understand her because she said that my son had the problem because of the way I raised him, that I didn't give him love and I don't take care of him, whatever. And then she goes on in the very next sentence and says, parents are not responsible for what their children do. You do the
I guess
best.
it's only selective. I guess it's only you and my mom and certain mothers that fell, according to Chokey, right?
Yeah, because she said, my mother did the best she could, and if we choose to do otherwise, it's not the parents' fault. So I said, okay, so which is it? Is it the parents' fault? You're saying that it's my fault, but then again, when it comes to your case, it's not your parents' fault.
Shall we call Chokey? Because they're putting here a super chat, call Chokey. What do we do? Because I want to call her. Mira, sí le quiero hablar, pero yo sé que la culera is ready to call the PD.
Yo como te digo, yo quisiera tener una civil conversation with her, but I will not have it in private because, like my attorney said, she needs to recant what she said or prove that you killed your husband.
Right.
So one or the other, because all these people, all these followers that listen to her and you, they need an explanation. Who am I? Am I that RN that killed her husband? And if she's going to put me out that way, then she needs to show and prove how I did that, because she is accusing me of having killed somebody.
Mm-hmm. And I know she did wrong there, pero mira, the thing is, me pongo a pensar, ella que es sicaria, o fue sicaria, que tantos mató ella, ¿no? Not literally killed somebody, but how many people did she kill by selling all that drug to? You see, this is what I don't understand. She wants to preach it that she's the best mother of the year, primera dama, cuando debiste destruyendo la vida a la gente. Lo mismo lo hizo la marrana mantecosa. La marrana mantecosa lives with shame and guilt. Y por eso está desfigurada, porque todas las pendejadas que ha hecho, por eso está como está la ruca, at 600 fucking pounds. Y así te vas a quedar panzona y aguada y berijuda. And that's it. The bitch wants to blame everybody for her fucking failures. No, it's not my fault your fucking husband is a child molester. No, it's not my fault that Rick has another family in Harlingen. No, it's not my fault that you have 2 disabled kids. No, it's not my fault that you failed as a mother. No, a mí no me eches la culpa. Ahora, si te quemaste sola porque andabas en la pinche droga, eso es tu pedo, mío, no.
Mm-hmm. And Jaime, you're talking about calling Chokey. Well, let me tell you something. If she were to answer the phone, yo no voy a estar gritando, echando madres y sana de bichis and all of that stuff. She's either going to call the show and she's going to be civil about it and talk about it como la gente.
I don't think she'll call because la tienen como un perrito. O sea, si le dicen brinca, va a brincar. Si le dicen go live right now y abre el hocico, la tienen ahorita como pendeja, para que me entiendas.
She's going to wind up in the same courts that her friends are going to go to because of believing on what they tell her. Because I tell you what, she calls those platforms and all of a sudden she turns into that, no, que chingue tu madre, que comienza a echar y decir como que she has to act the part.
Mm-hmm.
That gets you to a lot of mess when you follow like that.
Right.
Pero es cosa de ella. Pero yo no me voy, I told you the other day, yo no me voy a poner en el 2 por 2 echándonos madres una a otra, because that doesn't solve anything.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't show her que yo soy más chingona que ella o que ella es más chingona que yo, porque yo sé lo chingona que soy. Yo sé quién soy yo.
And I want to say one thing here, Miss Painter. Una cosa es que hay gente in all sorts of platforms acting like fucking victims. No se hagan pendejos. just remember todas las pendejadas que dijeron, because you know what, yo no me voy a hacer victim de nada. A mí me gusta andar en este pedo, yo la he cagado to a certain extent. I'm not gonna go cry victim, pero allá they could never admit to what the fuck they did. They could never be held accountable for what they did, because todo el tiempo, oh, es que that was different. No, chingan a su puta madre. Andaban entre la misma mierda que uno. ¿Sí o no?
Pues parece que sí, porque parece que todo lo que ha salido, como te digo, escupen para arriba y les cae en la cara.
Y el otro puñetas de James Brooks también moviendo el hocico.
I mean, now that guy really needs to, pretty soon he'll have to pay for everything he's doing to people in the criminal realm.
And the thing is, like I said, a mí me vale madre que hable mierda de mí. Ya dijo que tengo AIDS, ya me dijeron mamada y media, which I don't give a fuck. Yo como que era aquí sigo con mi show triunfando como la reina que soy. But what they did was go after Kendrick. And that's where they fucked up.
Yeah. And the thing is that, como digo, there's a lot of stuff we can throw back and forth y jugar y seguirle la corriente y te dicen esto y lo otro, dice que me cago y me meo y whatever. Yo le sigo la corriente, está bueno. But there's a point where you reach that you cross that line and it's not acceptable.
Kendrick Busaki, thank you everybody for sticking out for me. I really appreciate it, because Monday I had a really hard day, and today as well. My mom out of report at the PD. So the mom went to the actual PD already, and there's an investigation going on behind who's running that page, that hate page. And I'm sure they're gonna dig into it and they're gonna find out who is behind that hate page. And one thing that I want to clarify here is La Marrana Mantecosa is friends with Kendrick's mom. ¿Por qué chingados no le dijo a la mamá de Kendrick, hey, ¿sabes qué están hablando de tu hijo? Porque la ruca, mientras que es para mí, para que den en la madre, she's okay. And she doesn't care if it's an innocent bystander person. That's the type of mierda that she is.
Well, the way I've seen things is that group of women, they backstab each other all the time. I mean, I don't know Kendrick's mother, pero Velda's other friends and her, they publicly backstab each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you were talking about Margie Bassett. I don't know Margie Bassett.
Uh-huh.
I've seen her in everybody's platform. She used to follow No More Cheese Man, Frank Marr back in the day, and then she went from there. She's gone to all the platforms, but it all depends on who butt she's gonna kiss that day as to how she's gonna bash the others.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and at this point, I think she's upset because of Frank and you, and I don't know what her problem is.
I don't know what it is. The thing is that her and I, we had a conversation. She called my show. We disagreed to agree. And I called her out once, and I told her here once, and I did not block her. I told her, you know what? If you don't like what you see, you're more than welcome to go somewhere else. I mean, this is my show. I'm going to speak how it is, because está terca defendiendo a Frank. And I understand you're going to defend Frank, but you're not going to put him in a pedestal saying that he didn't do anything wrong. Or am I wrong, Ms. Painter, that Frank...
He was saying that you did Anna wrong, that you did everybody wrong.
And my question is, how did I do Anna wrong? What did I do to Anna? Because I talk shit about her being a fucking deadbeat ass mom?
No, well, the thing is that I don't know if she was around or saw when Anna did you wrong, and then we were all upset at you because you went back to be her friend after she screwed you over. But, you know, that's the problem with these people. They don't know the whole story behind the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And then they see only what comes out, and they don't know what happened that morning or after the show, and they judge for that.
Right.
You know, I don't know. I wouldn't put my neck out for Anna or anybody because I've seen some things.
Right.
Pero, you know, that's fine. You're not gonna have everybody loving you.
Well, I know I'm not gonna have everybody loving me, but I do want to express myself that, I mean, if she has a personal issue with me, she could contact me herself and we could discuss it here on live. But I think that's what happened last time. We did discuss the part of lo de Frank, and she gets very offended, and I understand why. She is a supporter of Frank y le regaló chingos de jewelry, because I know about that. Alguien está hablando que Frank se había robado esa jewelry, la que se lo regaló fue ella misma, se la dio, and she's always been a Frank supporter, which there's nothing wrong. But let's speak facts about it. Cuando yo andaba cagando palo, él andaba junto conmigo. And that's it. At the end
Right.
of the day, I'm not saying, oh, he's gonna get arrested or they should arrest him. I'm not encouraging any of that. I'm just saying he should be held accountable for his shit. Like, admit, you know what? Si la cagué, this is my shit. Yeah. But
Yeah.
no, at the end of the day, they want to say, no, 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 que Frank, no, que no, no. Todos andábamos en la misma mierda, todos andábamos cagando. Again, I don't want him to get arrested. I don't wish that upon him either. But accountability it's the bottom line. ¿Sí o no?
Well, and yes, because I think he came out in a show being accountable for an incident that he claims that he was with Lupe, and that Lupe jumped out of the car and jumped into Vanessa's backyard.
Oh, I remember he said that Lupe was in Vanessa's backyard.
So, you know, uh, so he apparently knows a lot of things that were being done that were not right.
Well, look, this is what I have to say about this. Why doesn't Franco do a live and say, you know what? This is what went wrong. I think and I'm not saying, bueno, at the beginning I said maybe he should contact Vanessa and clear things out, but Frank's not going to do it. We all know Frank's not going to do it. But
No.
maybe doing a live and saying,
Vanessa doesn't want friends. She doesn't want these people to come back, and she will never trust us. and she doesn't want that. If you are sorry for something that you did, if you are wanting to do things right, then go do them right. Go to the DA and tell them what happened. Do it right. She
right,
doesn't want to continue, from what I hear in her lives.
right,
She doesn't want this thing to go on and forever, and people believing what seemed like had happened when there was actually something else that happened that, like I said, behind the scenes, and people are not coming forward and saying, you know what, this was not right. Because why? Because she was a drug addict and she was running for political things. But let me tell you something. Does that mean that it's okay to rape a prostitute because she's a prostitute? No, it's not okay. And it's not okay to do things wrong to a drug addict just because they're drug addicts.
right. And I go back to this. Es humano. Todos las cagamos. Yo era ratero, yo era drogadito, yo era de lo peor. So at the same time, how am I going to continue dogging somebody or talking shit about that person if I lived it myself? I see a reflection amongst herself. And at one point, I believe she had an open wound in her life. And it has to heal, even as many times as you relapse in life.
I mean, I think a lot of people have had open wounds and they deal with them, and some can't deal with them. And some of them, I've always said everybody is a product of their own life.
Right.
Whatever in your life is who you are.
Correct.
And deal with it and you become better, or you hurt for the rest of your life. But you cannot bang and bash somebody because they're trying to fix it.
Right. And that's what it is. Like, it's damn if you do and damn if you don't when it comes to her. And I see something that all of a sudden, all these same little group that attacked her at one point, it's the same little group that's trying to come after me. Well, let me tell you something, motherfuckers, que yo no soy Vanessa. A mí me la van a pelar y me van a mamar el pinche culo. Porque les vuelvo a decir, con un pinche joto nunca van a poder. Nunca van a poder. Porque yo he hecho llorar a muchas other platforms, ha hecho llorar, se han revolcado y todavía siguen chingando la madre ahí, pues a rato. You know what I'm saying? Cada vez que andan cagando palo, pues se van a recordar de mí.
It seems like it is the same group.
It is. Now, ya que vieron que derrotaron a Vanessa, que la vieron, ahora quieren venir a chingar y mamá la borrega cana, chinguen a su puta madre, culeros, porque yo no me voy a dejar.
Pues yo digo que I am, and I was one of those people that didn't like Vanessa's behavior, and being a nurse and stuff back then. But I also am one that's big enough to say, good for you. I like you trying like this. I like you coming back. Now, does that mean that someday I won't hear that, oh, Vanessa is doing drugs again? People do that.
But
And that's okay.
even if
Fine.
she
You know
is
what?
doing
That's
drugs,
fine.
a
When
nosotros, even if she is doing drugs or not, a nosotros qué chingados importa. Like, yo no le estoy hablando a Vanessa, hey, dame para el pinche pase, dame para la vironga o saca para la pinche marihuana. No me está hablando a mí, ni yo a ella, ni le está pidiendo a nadie para que digan, oh, el Joto Mayor anda de tweaker, la Vanessa anda de tweaker. Bueno, y si anduviera o no, pues ni modo, ¿verdad? Pero Vanessa no anda.
yeah. Y la cosa es de que that some, I know because I was in the business of doing, uh, of supervising nurses, like, in the home health field. And I know when a nurse has a problem, she does not get up and do her work on a daily work the way this woman is working, seeing patients. And so that's how I know that she is doing good in her life.
Right.
And so as and she doesn't need our approval. She doesn't need any of us. She she does this on her own. She gets up, she sees it, she does her work, she works on whatever. If she has a drug problem or not, it's her life and she's working hard at it. And I really believe, and I hope I'm here 10 years from now or so. I believe those girls will knock on her door and hug her.
And I hope so too. I hope so too, because I think that would bring peace into her life as a human. I think that would be able to bring peace into her life and be able to bring harmony in her life and joy. I know that she tries her best to live a normal life, to live a happy life, but I know she has an open wound. And that open wound continues to bleed because they removed something from her, which was her children. And yes, to a certain extent, I do agree, but I don't agree with what Judge Cordova did. I mean, technically, here in Hidalgo County, I see it more often. A mother has they give the mother so many opportunities to be able to get her children back into custody or primary custody, but at the end of the day, pues the judges decided to do whatever they wanted to do.
And she's not the only one in this world. They've done this too, and she will survive that. And what I'm saying is that there's brighter days for her ahead because there's nothing.
And I hope there is, but it's hard for her because she's built tough, but at the same time, they find ways to break her, and
They don't,
and that's the issue there.
they don't break her. She just wants everything to be good or bad or in between. She wants the truth out. And the thing is that they the bond between a mother and a child, you can take kids and give them up for adoption, and when they grow up, they still want their mother's hug. They
Right.
still look for their biological mother. And I've seen story after story after story. So that bond, blood bond, it's going to be there. That's why I know that those kids will get to hug her. She will get to hug them. She's worked. I hope, because I don't know. I'm not with her on a daily basis. That's why I don't understand why some people can judge her. They don't live with her. They don't know, what she does in her house or outside her house. This is my point. How can people come on a platform and lie about somebody's life like that?
I mean,
And
look what and look what they're doing to me. Look what James Brooks, Lupe himself, is doing to me, saying that I molested Kendrick, that I have AIDS, that I'm a pedophile, that my brothers raped me. You name it, all
well,
these things.
this is where it is, Jaime, that when they are saying this about a criminal element, when they're accusing you of a criminal element and defaming you with this criminal element, there's where you can legally do something about it. Because they're saying that you raped him, that you had a sexual affair with him. And you can. He's 31 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you can have a sexual relationship with him. He has that right to love whoever he wants to love.
Right.
He's an adult, and he, you weren't messing around with a minor.
Right.
So this is where I don't get where it's their business.
Mm-hmm. And they're trying to find a way to destroy me or break me, but at the
But
end of the day,
they're not gonna do it because you're too strong. Tú no te dejas.
no, y no me voy a dejar, no soy títere de nadie, and I'm not no fucking huevolín ni nada, ese pinche o Chabelo. The thing is that I go back to this, like, no hayan más que inventar, mejor digan que me gusta la panocha o algo, you know what I mean, que me cueste con una roca or mamá y media, but no, like, they come up with the stupidest shit, and I do want to applaud Kendrick's mom for going to Mercedes PD and pressing charges on certain individuals and let the investigation take place.
I
And
was so proud of her to come out and speak about this because when a mom is a real mom like that and is able to stand up for her, like she said, he's not a child, and say, hey, his life is okay with me, and I support him 100% on anything he wants to do, and I will support if something's bothering him. I will support it and go and fight for him. She was a real mom.
right.
I really no se escondió y se avergüenzó y todo eso.
Right.
And this is what I'm saying about these mothers que se avergüenzan de sus hijos que tienen problemas en vez de aceptar y decir sí. Pero ¿sabes qué? Lo quiero tanto que yo y él peleamos esta batalla.
Sí, hay otras madres que prefieren tenerlo en la cárcel que pelear por sus hijos, meterlos in other places because they don't want to deal with their shit. And that's what you called a deadbeat mom, a felt mother, a felt parent.
Y yo soy de la madre que, como les digo a mis kids, they're not kids, they're adults. Yo les digo, you will have me until the last breath that I give. Voy a ser su madre y yo voy, lo que les afecte a ustedes me afecta a mí y yo me paro enfrente de ustedes para todo.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always said it and I always will. They may say, Mom, please, you don't need to do this. I'm an adult. No, I'm still going to protect you like you're my child.
Right. And so I understand everything that you're coming from, but I go back and say, well, maybe Cassie needs some justice. Maybe Jennifer needs justice. Because obviously, the deadbeat dad that she has, no vale queso el vato. And instead of worrying about my personal life, worry about your daughter. Worry about what you did to her life. You destroyed her life because you decided to abuse the mother. That's who you need to worry about. Worry about paying your child supports. Worry about that delusional fucking life that you claim that you fucking work at the refineries when you don't even have a fucking job. Because if you had a job, ya le pagarás todo el mundo your fucking cash up que les debes.
I wonder why, if he doesn't pay child support, I wonder why usually men go to jail for not paying child support.
También it's based on the mother, how she gets the attorney general involved, how consistently she starts making calls and complaining about it. If she doesn't do it, pues no van a hacer nada para eso.
That's true.
And again, is según he's working in Corpus. That's what he claimed today, that he was in Corpus working, blah, blah, blah. And he tried to intimidate Kendrick's mom, and he told Kendrick's mom, saying, well, Jaime has AIDS. Like, I grew up with that family. That family fucking knows me at a personal level. You think they're gonna fucking believe him? Like, qué pendejo es Lupe para hablar, ¿verdad? Está bueno, pero me platica la otra gente que te puede creer tus pendejadas, pero when you're talking about a person who I call mom, who I grew up with her kids, we all went to high school together. That even like we partied together, the kids and I. Obviously, they know who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Pero el otro pendejo también diciéndole that I was arrested for being a pedophile. When the fuck have I ever been arrested for that shit?
otra cosa que lo han dicho y they need to prove that. And instead of nomás, I mean, what does that do for them? To me, it proves you're a liar. Now, why do they feel like, voy a decir esta historia de esta persona y it's going to make me bigger or más chingón or
Es que no hay, no, como el puto puñetas, no haya como, you know, he knows he can't fuck me up. To be honest, he knows that if it ever come down to a fight, que quiera pelear y todo el pedo es puro hocico. No, nunca va a pasar, right? And I'm just putting it in general because he's already tried to fight me, whatever. Yo hablé con él, fui a PD, le pregunté, nada, no quiso. And I know he wants to do it, pero no hay la manera de hacerlo, because según es chingón el vato, según MMA fighter, to me es pura pinche perica, puro pinche cico. That's what it is.
Well, I mean, I just wish they would get a life and stop. Si no es cierto, ni lo digan. Si es cierto, claro. You have proof y es cierto.
Right.
Pero and they keep saying, oh, he lies for views. He lies for views. Hey, there's receipts for everything.
Well, you know what? I want them to show receipts where I've been arrested for what the fuck they claim. I want them to show receipts where I have fucking AIDS. Según dice Lupe que tengo AIDS, show your fucking receipts. Me estabas cogiendo para saber que me las pegaste, o te mamé la riata, o te cogí yo porque me las pegaste. Para saber tú que tengo yo SIDA, porque tú dices, perro, es porque you and I were fucking. That's what it is.
Those are serious, you know, defamatory statements, and there's where it gets into, you know, everybody se ríe y dice que Roser, ¿por qué puso esa lawsuit? Well, you know what, she could be the beginning of people putting a stop to this bullshit of nomás abriendo los hocico y sin pruebas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there is a damage.
Right.
That.
Actually, I thought about it today, and I was like, what can I do legally? Man.
And you know what? Es como dice, pues ¿qué me puede quitar? No me puede quitar nada. No es eso. It's not about what you can take away. It's about proving that that person no vale madre. No vale madre. ¿Quién le va a creer a esa persona otra cosa? Porque peor que un mentiroso no hay.
Right.
And so, to me, it's not about, pues, ¿qué le vas a quitar? No le quiero quitar nada, nomás quiero probar que yo no soy una matona.
Right.
Que estas cosas que se dicen, como, for me to have made a career, 48 years of working in my career, being respected, every place that I've worked with high scores, everything that I've learned.
Right.
Que yo mato gente.
Pues según dicen que matas gente.
Pues sí, y viejitos.
Para acabarla de fregar matas viejitos.
Sí.
Pero it's because the thing is, Miss Painter, they're trying to hurt your image and trying to do you dirty just because you come on my show or whatnot. But I think they need to realize that they're only hurting themselves, because at the end of the day, you have the power, you have the money to be able to hire an attorney y caerles todos al hocico.
Gracias, porque these attorneys have been doing business with me for so long que lo hacen don't worry about it. I will go over there and put a stop to this. It won't take much to put a stop to it.
Right, pero ahorita vas a ver que va a salir así la culera.
But the thing is that
next topic.
He will, porque ahorita está trabajando, yo creo, trabaja till midnight or something.
No, ahorita sale la culera con el pinche condom en la cabeza diciendo. Ahorita sale la culera, porque ya no se tapan los hocico, entonces. Y luego dale. con el pinche teléfono next up. Se te olvidan las pinches cosas, ¿o qué, Chokey? That she has to write everything down, la culera. Like, what the fuck is that shit? So,
See, but I didn't write any of this down. I just know.
well, it's common sense. You're gonna have a talk show. You're gonna speak out of your fucking head, not fucking do notes a la verga. Like, pinche guasiada retardada también la otra.
Estoy diciendo que a mí yo estoy, se me va la mente porque las medicinas que tomo, whatever, a ella con qué se le va.
Pues con toda la pinche droga que se echa la culera, because you could tell que se va en un pinche viaje. Cuando se mama la verga con sus greatest hits de Beto Quintanilla, Lalo Mora y Rigo Tobar, la culera se mama la verga y le hace la droga. You could tell, because yo tengo messages que me mandaron de ahí desde las 5 de la mañana. Toda esa noche la culera chingue, chingue, chingue con la hermana, hasta el siguiente día chingue, 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 y threatening her todo el pinche pedo. Like, the sister doesn't want any problems. The sister doesn't associate with her. The sister doesn't talk to her, and I have the receipts to show you guys because she told me herself. Because Chokey is very problematic.
Yeah. But yo nomás digo que ella dice cuándo se van a parar. Por cada mentira que avientes, aventó cosas que son verdad. Y síguele y seguimos escarbando.
¡Oh! ¡Esta sí me gustó, culera!
So, that's the truth.
Cállate que te van a hacer brujería otra vez, culera. Te van a hacer otra vez brujería, culera.
Y hasta eso, no nomás abogados, tengo de amigos. También hay gente que hace de eso, no hace brujerías, es nomás proteger a alguien.
Vas con la húngura de Ana. Ana dice que es gitana la húngura.
No, es nomás que sepan que no se dice que es karma. No, lo que tú deseas a otra persona se
te regresa. No, pero ves, si quieres que te lean las cartas y todo y que te hagan la mamada esa de limpieza, ves con Ana. Ana dice que es húngura, que es gitana.
No, yo no quiero ir con Ana para nada.
Dijo que te tiene dijo la Ana que anda vendiendo cologne y body sprays.
No.
Yes.
Ya, de Facebook no voy a comprar nada que sea de producto que me haga mal.
No, mira, este body spray dice Ana que es unique, que se le llama #catspray y que te lo echas y que vas a poner bien mamalona.
Está hecha de pelo.
¿Sí le entras o no?
No, pues si son pelos hervidos y no lo haces de colón.
No, se llama #catspray.
Ando buscando un viejito, no quiero que se me vaya a morir.
No, te van a rato sales en pinche Dateline, culera, de matona.
No, y luego dicen que los mato, no nada de eso.
Los matas, pero a centones, me espina.
Wow,
no, but what do we do with this? Like, are you interested on those cat spray colognes?
No.
Aquí pusieron. Oh. ¿Ah?
Ni regalado.
Mira, yo quiero que tú y la Chokey se sienten y comen cabrito y se hagan amigochas y ahí se van juntitos para allá para donde van a besar pescados o qué sea que mamada.
Mira, mejor yo no voy a Matamoros porque pues allá me ponen los sicarios, ¿verdad? Pero la llevo a ella a mi rancho y que se meta ella a mi rancho y podemos platicar.
Wow, interesting. ¿Y no invitas a James Brooks también?
Pues a lo mejor ahí va a andar brincando la cerca.
Te va a decir, mándame cash app. I know, Miss Painter. Well, thank you for being here with us, Miss Painter.
Okay,
bye, guys. So, yes, guys. So we showed receipts. We showed everything today. And we wanted to clarify that Chokey lied again in her show last night. She wants to play victim. She wants to say que ella no hace nada y que tú esto y que el otro. No, mi amor. Aquí tú andas en la misma mierda que uno. Te gusta cagar palo. Aguántese. No comience que se va a mamar y que se va a drogar y que Beto Quintanilla, Lalo Mora, la mamá de Lalo Mora. Guys. Hey, Roy. How you doing? Hey, Daddy Roy. Daddy Roy, I got your your Christmas presents. Can I go over or no? Daddy Roy. Daddy Roy, are you there? Déjame hablar a Daddy Roy. Hello? Is Daddy Roy there? What's up, Quachenta? Can I go over? Yeah, go ahead and come over. I'm on my way. Quacheta. Quacheta. It's me, Frank Quacheta. I lied. I was pretending to be Daddy Roy. Quacheta. Meet me at the Kiyako, Quacheta. I know, guys. So we've been here for about an hour, guys. I los dejo. She reads out. Don't get off the other platform. Came. A ver, ¿qué me pusieron? Don't get off. Other platforms came on. Keep the viewers. Oh, no. Who came on? Who came on? ¿Qué quiere cagar palo? ¿Por qué? A ver, let me check. Let's check quién está cagando palo. Real quick. I already saw it. Y la otra también. A ver, guys. I want to thank all the peacocks that are here with us tonight. Gracias for your views. Gracias to help me monetize. And I want to thank y'all from the bottom of my heart for those peacocks who have cash at me. Thank you. Ya saben que yo soy la number one in the YouTube channel, que soy la chingonona. Y que nadie nunca va a poder con mí, guys. Nadie. Que seguimos creciendo, avanzando como los chingones que somos, guys. And, Daddy Roy. Cállate los hocico. Put the teeth on. Guys, I want to thank everybody that was here with me tonight. You all go report. And a chingar a 20 todos los que no los quieren, guys. Your numbers went up again. It's always about that. Look, I'm gonna log out. I'm gonna clock back in and watch and see how I get the views again, guys. Let me do that right now real quick. I love you guys. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat.